Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Thank you for joining me here tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. It's a time that we can relax and craft together for about an hour. And I work on projects from beginning to end, so you can be part of the whole process along the way. And I hope you step over to penguinandfish.com. There is a free pattern over there if you want to try out some embroidery. So thank you, everyone. So there it is, 8:30 p.m. We finished our spooky clock tower last night. And we also made these cute we made like 4 coasters, so 4 cute coasters out of the scraps. This is going to be a giveaway. We had a giveaway for it last night, and I'm going to announce the winner in a sec here of that. But tonight we are going to continue using up some of the scraps from the Spooky Clock Tower project. I'm going to make a zippered sleeve for my computer. So I'm going to be headed out of town tomorrow, so I will not be on tomorrow, and I will not be on all next week, you guys. So it's going to be like a little bit of a break, but I really need this computer sleeve to get done tonight. So that is the plan for the evening here. So thank you guys again for joining me. If you want more information on the Spooky Clock Tower, it is part of the Lil Felt Village Make-Along by Betts White, and there is a link below here to get more information. There are 12 different cute little houses like that made out of felt. It's kind of like those ceramic villages that people get around the holidays. So awesome, you guys. I'm going to flip you around. Let's get started tonight. I need this computer sleeve done tonight. All right, here we go. Okay, you guys, here, first of all, are the little coasters that we made last night. They actually turned out so cute, and you know how much trouble I had last night with them, just sewing and everything, but they all turned out super clean. And look, I signed the back and dated it. And so anyone who shared yesterday's video in Facebook was entered. And I picked a winner, and the winner is Tracy Eckert. So Tracy, if you are here, DM me, like direct message me, and give me your address, and I will send these guys out when I get back into town. So that is for you. So I don't know if Tracy's on quite yet, but if she pops on, someone keep an eye out for me, and we will let her know. I'll direct message her. Oh, you're right here. Nice. So Tracy, you won them. So direct message me. Actually, maybe don't, because I think it pops up on the screen here, Tracy. So instead of direct messaging me, email me at alyssa@penguinandfish.com, because otherwise your address is going to pop up on here, and we'll be able to see it. So yeah, so email me at Alyssa, ALYSSA, @penguinandfish.com, and I will send you over the cute little coasters. This is my favorite one. I put this one on top because it's got that little bit of yellow there. Okay, you guys, so moving on, I want to make a sleeve for this computer here. So I have recently acquired my husband's old laptop, and this is old by like a month. He ended up, I actually needed a new computer because my programs weren't working anymore. My computer was old. And he wasn't very happy with this smaller size. This is the 13-inch, there's a 15-inch size, so he got that, and I got this cute new little shiny perfect computer. So I want a sleeve for it to just throw in my bigger bag. And I thought, I could have pockets, I could have all these things, but I'm going to just do it simple. I've already actually cut my supplies just because I do need it done tonight. So I'm going to make the sleeve out of the leftover gold fabric and black. So I think black is going to be the lining and the gold is going to be on the outside. And I happen to find a scissors that is exactly or not a scissors, a zipper that's exactly the right size that I need. Actually, I would have liked it a little longer so I could cut it down to size, but it happened to be perfect and the color matched perfectly. So I don't keep a lot of longer zippers like this around. This is a 14-inch zipper, and it's about perfect. So, and the right color, so that I got lucky on that. And these I already made for the little zipper tabs at the end here. But let me show you what I did to get this far. Just so you guys know, I thought I should start this just because I really want to get it sewn tonight. All right, so I started out with my ruler tape right here. I needed to know how big this was, including the thickness. So what I did was I took the circumference of it. So I measured all the way around here, and I measured all the way around here, this way and this way, all the way around, and got that number. That's what these big squiggles are. And then I just divided in half. So that left me with 12 3/8 by 8 3/4 inches. That is sucked right to the edge of the, oh, thank you, Tracy, that's perfect. It's sucked right to the edge of the computer. So I added a 1/2 inch just so it had a little bit of space in there, which gives it a 1/4 inch on every side, which isn't much. I want it to just kind of be tight. That's going to be the challenge tonight. I wonder if I cut this too small, but I want it to be tight in here. We're going to see how it goes. Then I also added an extra 1/2 inch for the seam allowance. So if I do a 1/4 inch seam allowance, a 1/4 on this side and a 1/4 on this side equals a 1/2 inch. So I added a 1/2 inch for a seam allowance as well. So again, I got my computer measurement. I added a 1/2 just so it had a little bit of space in there, and then another 1/2 inch for the seam allowance, and that got me my felt size. So I cut my felt 13 3/8 by 9 3/4, and actually, you know what? I did add an 1/8 inch to both of these because I freaked out because I thought it was too small. So anyway, that is my size. I am hoping that math works. That's what I'm hoping tonight. Oh, by the way, this is what all my patterns start out looking like as I'm writing notes and figuring it out before I draw them up on the computer and write instructions that everyone can figure out. But this is totally the sketch of what I would do for a pattern. Okay, so that was my felt. Just something to note, I am doing a raw edge applique with the zipper. So what that means is I am not going to do this so the ends tuck under and the ends are hidden on the inside. I'm going to leave the edges all out like this, which I can because it's, oh, Mom says math works. We'll see, I suppose. This is an experiment in if math works. But I'm going to leave that edge out, which you can with felt because it doesn't fray or anything. And I thought that extra seam allowance buffer on the outside would help protect the computer a little bit too. So, all right, that was our math. It's going to be more of a test of, is my sewing accuracy going to work? All right, the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm totally doing this on the fly, you guys, is I'm going to sew my zipper ends on. So I cut 2 zipper tabs. I cut 2 pieces that are 2 inches by 1 1/8 inch. And that 1/8 inch is just so it's a little bit wider than the zipper tape right here. And I already pressed it so it was folded in half just because I thought that would be a little bit easier for me. I'm going to sew this right on the end. Typically I would get a zipper that's a little bit longer and I would go over that zipper stop right there
like I would go like this, and I'd actually cut that off. But in this case, the zipper is just long enough. So I'm gonna go just past the edge here, just past the stop, and I'm gonna sew a square on here and then just like an X through it, and I'm hoping that'll make it nice and sturdy. These will be exposed at the end as well, so these will be sticking out of the sleeve, kind of like this my last little sketch right there. All right, and then I'm gonna do the same to the other side here. That'll be a little bit of a challenge. I'm gonna have to unzip it a little bit there and pin that together first. This will be all about pinning tonight too, just because my clips won't be long enough to get in there. All right, let's do at least that first step. I think I can manage that so far. You guys, I'm like super paranoid of sewing now, just because last night was just such all over the place thing. But I suppose we hadn't sewn in a while, and we jumped right into free motion quilting, and I was using crappy thread, and I don't know. Maybe I was just tired. Maybe it was just a bad day. That can happen too, right? All right. So I'm just hoping tonight goes smoothly. And I haven't actually made a bag in a really long time either. All right, so I'm just kind of framing this on here. I am not even sure I need to put a pin in there, but I think just for, I don't know, good luck, I'll throw one in. I'm kind of centering it in here. I'll throw one in right kind of in the middle here. There we go. All right, I think that'll do. I should maybe put the zipper foot on right away, but I think we'll stick with my normal quilting foot first. One thing I do want to test really quick, so I have some extra felt. I'm wondering if I should be raising or like lightening my foot pressure. Yeah, already I can tell this is not wanting to move. So I'm going to, let's see, how do we do that again? I'm going to go up to the top here and just loosen this. I think I just pressed down. Wow, there we go. Okay, so this is making it, oh yeah, so I just push it down one by one. There are little numbers on here. I'm going to get really close for you guys. I didn't know about this till like really recently. So pressing it all the way down, this is how much pressure the presser foot is pushing down on the fabric. And with tons of thick fabric like this, I might not want it so tight. So let's just you know, pop it up like that. Let's see if there's any difference now. So in theory, now there's less pressure pushing down on this thick fabric, and this should move along a little bit better. I'm gonna probably have to shimmy it with my stiletto still though. Oh man, you guys, so much better. Wow. Okay. I'm glad I thought of that tonight, because these first couple stitches, my machine wasn't going at all, and then all of a sudden when I lightened that presser foot, it moved on a little bit. And you know what? It looks like it's having a hard time gripping this felt, so my stitches are really small. I'm gonna make my stitch length a hair bigger as well tonight. So, all right, quick felt test. I think that was a good idea to do. All right, woohoo! Oh yeah, walking foot. I'm not doing a walking foot because I'm actually gonna pretty quickly be switching to a zipper foot so I can get really close to the zipper. This one's kind of nice because it has two tops, so I can hook it on this side or I can hook it on the other side. So if I want to sew on this side, I go here. If I want to sew on this side, it'll go here. The whole reason for a zipper foot is you can get real close to the zipper when you're sewing. So we're gonna give that a try. I'm not sure I think I've used that maybe once. All right, I'm gonna go. Gosh, I'm already paranoid on how to do this. Let's just go this way. It feels most comfortable. So I'm going to just go like 1/8 of an inch away here. we're gonna be working the stiletto tonight for sure. All right, I'm gonna do a little back tap. So I am not putting any stabilizer. I am not doing anything really, except for that there's these 4 layers of felt ultimately on this. So that's what I'm hoping will keep it together. Okay. And I gotta keep remembering to put my presser foot down. And you guys, I'm gonna stay on tonight until this is done, because I need it done. It has to go in my bag tonight. So all right, right now that I'm here, I'm gonna just put an X through here. That just makes it a bit sturdier. I'm kind of just aiming, so I'm putting from my my point here to my needle. I'm just aiming a straight line there. I could draw it on, but that's not for this project. This project is a get it done project. Yeah, so I was thinking about this last night, and I was like, oh, I could put pockets on here, or like a pocket on the outside, or cute pockets on the inside, or just some areas for pens and pencils. But then I'm like, you know what? No. All I want this to do is protect my computer when it's in my other bag. That is it. So that's all we are doing. And the zipper is just an extra little protection thing. All right. Oh, it is so cute already, though, you guys. I am kind of reusing old thread again, so let's hopefully that doesn't cause us any problems tonight. All right, but this is already looking cute. There we go. So that's our zipper tab at that end. Looking sweet. And then on this end, I am going to have to put a pin in just to keep these zipper stops together. Because if I have the zipper all the way up, then it's too big. It would be nice to have a charger and a cord case too. So I actually have a separate little bag that a friend made. It's just like a little zipper pouch. And I have all of my electronic things in there, and I have them wrapped up with a little Velcro tie on each individual thing. So that has my cords, it has my recharger stuff, it has my any extra weird connectors that I need, my headphones, my little headphones for the phone. So I have a separate case for that. So again, I was thinking about that, like, ooh, I should have a pocket for the charger and all that. But again, I need it to be the skinniest little thing that slides into the bag. Having the charger and everything right there is going to mess up my system. So I decided, nope, simple and skinny and protected the end. All right, well, let's give this a go now. It really does need a little bit of help stitching through. This is a lot of layers here. So this is a nylon zipper, one of these nylon zippers, and you can sew right through the teeth of it, which is kind of neat. Tug on it a little bit. So a project like this is great if you have a auto down function on your needle, like a new sewing machines. A lot of them have, because I'm just like tapping my foot pedal just to try and get that last half of a stitch down. so my needle ends up down so I can make these pivots. And sometimes I go over by a stitch. Okay, I'm aiming for that point again. We're doing that X. All right, I'm gonna trace over this line again. Okay, so far so good, you guys. Get these threads out of the way. Okay, and aiming for this point again. All right, and then I'm just gonna back tack it. Whew. All right, let's trim these, and we have step 1 done. The easy part. I'm glad the easy thing was the first thing. A little warm up just to see how the felt feels and all that too. Ooh, I bunched up the felt a little bit there. So another nice thing about putting that X through is that I'm grabbing more of that zipper tape. Otherwise, it would just be attached by this one little line here, and that's not, I mean, like now I got it attached from all different angles and stuff. So now I should be able to tug on this pretty well and not have it get damaged in theory. Okay, so there is our zipper. So hopefully, like I'm a little freaking out now. Hopefully I can fit this in here. Oh, okay, good. Whew. I got scared for a moment there. So, like I said, the zipper is just big enough for this laptop. Okay, math is working. All right. So next up, let's see. I think I'm gonna get a little higher here, and I think I'm gonna expand this table a little bit. There we go. Okay, so next up, so here's my instructions. So I did the little zipper tabs on the end, and the next up is I want to sew my felt onto the zipper, but I'm doing it in a weird, like an unusual way because I do want to keep that raw edge. Normally you'd flip it the other way with right sides together, so you flip back and you have that nice folded edge, but I want that edge raw, which means it's not going to get tucked under. I'll be able to see and feel that rough edge. Okay, so, but I thought I could put like the black piece on the underneath of the zipper and the gold piece on top. And then I was going to add a little bit more stitching here, and I'll show you what I mean here. So first of all, here are the felt pieces I cut. So I'm going to do the gold on the outside and the black on the inside. So what I'm saying is I think I'm going to put the black, like I'm going to put the zipper tape in between the two pieces. So like this and like this. And then the zipper will be kind of like this. You'll see this raw edge. Underneath it'll look like this. This edge will be kind of raw yet, but it will be different than an unlined bag. And in an unlined bag, you'd be able to see the whole zipper edge. So that'll at least be hidden a little bit. I'm going to actually open this up a little. This is the part that gets annoying with that zipper, just pinning it all. So what I want to do first, I think, is put these two pieces together really well. Okay, so I think that's good. I'm going to get down here a little bit more for you guys. All right, and then I am going to just tuck. This might be just a crazy idea, but I'm not sure I've done a raw edge. Not with felt. That kitty, I don't know if you guys remember for Sulky, that pouch that I made for that Sulky webinar with the craft text paper. That I used a raw edge for that as well. So what I'm doing now is I am centering it in the middle of my zipper tape. When this was pulled all the way there, it was hard to know where it was centered, but now I can see the edges there. Oh, good, Don. Yeah, if you guys end up making anything like this, let me know. Again, this is a little goofy because it is raw edged. But, you know, again, felt is great for that. So I could actually go a little lower, but I think I'm going to just align this with, you know what, I think it'll be easier. I'm going to just, my edge of the felt, I'm going to kind of line up with the edge of the zipper coil. That's the, you know, the zigzaggy teeth of it all. And I'm going to pin these. So I'm pinning the front to the zipper to the inside black. So that's everything that I'm pinning. And I'm assuming, since I have the black underneath here lined up with the yellow, that is going in the right spot. So I'm just going to go down the line here and go right up to the zipper tape, or the coil with all this. And you know what? I think I might do, should I do the other side right away? Maybe we should just do one at a time, not make it too difficult. These pins are going through this very easily. So I recently threw away every crooked pin. So now all of my pins should be perfect. So this is where it gets tricky once you get to the zipper. So once we sew to there, I will probably stop sewing, push that zipper to the side. Actually, I'm going to go a little further down. Once I get this far, then I'll move that zipper, and then I'll continue sewing. Might actually do that right now. So let's go a little further down. So this is the detail right here is the pinning, I think. You know, I was thinking, I could quilt this whole thing like what we did last night, but last night's just how hard that was kind of nixed that idea a little bit for me. Okay, so I am pinned, so now I can sew along this edge. I will switch to the zipper foot as well, and we'll talk about why in a sec here once I get down in the machine. I'm also going to switch my thread color. So I, just like, because I'm using up some old thread, these are just bobbins that have been sitting here forever. I'm going to actually use this for my bobbin thread. It's like the exact color. And I'm going to use this as my top thread. I don't think I've ever done that before where I've set a bobbin on the top, but that should work, right? So these are going to be my yellows, my top and bottom yellows. They're a bit different, but who cares? Using up stuff. All right, so one last detail that I'm going to do here is when we're actually done with this, there's going to be a little bit of a gap here. So I'm only going to end up sewing, when I have the whole thing together, I'm only going to end up sewing it about to here. And then there'll be like a little open gap because I have these exposed zipper ends. I'm not tucking those in. So right now I want to do the extra detail of sewing down this row, or like sewing on the edge here, just about 1.5 inches or so, so that these two pieces get sewn together. So I don't have like a hole here as well, if that makes sense. So in my picture here, I'm going to start a little bit lower, go up, then sew the zipper on, and then go down that same amount there. So I said about 1 inch or so down before the zipper. And I think, why don't we just put some more pins in here? I got this guy sitting out here. Let's just measure. I think I'm just going to do 1 inch on each side. Is that enough? Do like 1 inch. Let's do 1.25 inches. 1.5 inches seems like, or an inch seems like it's pulling on the fabric too much. I'm going to measure from the center of the zipper tape. All right, right here. 1 1/4 inch. And I'm sure there's reasoning of what you could do. You could put a Raj applique design on it. So I thought about that too, Gina. I was thinking, you know, how we had fun just stitching those extra shapes, or, you know, which is kind of like applique. That I was thinking would be kind of neat too. But then again, I'm like, you know what? I need this to be like the skinniest as it can be in my bag, and like my bag is packed, right? So any extra thickness, you know, like a little applique piece, is just gonna get rubbed against so much that, you know, I feel like it was gonna tear. So I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna do it as simple as I can here. Okay, so this is ready to sew. Let's switch up the machine. I've never done something quite like this with the little edges sewn. It's all an experiment. I never do anything here that I actually know how to do, I feel like. Except embroidery. When we do some embroidery, then I feel like I got that down, but there's little experiments within each project too, you know what I mean? Like, oh, let's try with a thicker floss or something like that. But sometimes it's an all-on experiment. We are just straight testing an idea right now tonight. But I think it's going to turn out good. So again, the fear is that my laptop won't actually fit in here. But, you know, we'll see. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this thread for the night. You can live over here. And we're going to use just that extra bobbin. I think that should just work fine. I don't know why that wouldn't work. Okay, let's cut a nice clean edge though. Oops, I just lost a needle or a pin on the ground. Worst place for a pin. And I'm barefoot. It'll be fun. All right, you guys. I think that was a pin. Or maybe it was my stiletto's there. Pin on the ground. What thread do I usually use for a bag like this? I mean, I don't use anything special really. I've just been using my Aurifil 50 weight yet. You know, I don't do hefty duty bags and stuff very often where I'm thinking about all the specialty items I might need. So we're doing this in a use what we have situation for sure. Oh, that freaks me out about that pin. Should never be barefoot in the sewing area, I suppose. Okay, so I'm going to take off this foot, and I can do that. I just have a foot that clicks on. And I'm going to switch to my zipper foot. So I'll show you why in a sec here. Let's just get it on first. I think we're going to go on this side if I remember correctly. There we go. So it just clipped in. So this is like a double-sided zipper foot. So the idea is that I can sew, I think this is how this works, you guys. If I'm doing this wrong too, let me know. Oh, maybe I have to be on the other side. Okay, now I'm confusing myself. Let's just flip this to the other side quick. I think I was doing it right though. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Here's where the lack of me doing this very often confuses me. All right, so in theory, this is gonna get me much closer to the zipper. So there we go. So my needle is going to go down like just like a 1/16 of an inch or so here. And then I can get the presser foot right up against the coil here. However, we are doing this raw edge. So if we were turning it right side out, so like if we had this flipped the other way, like the right side of the zipper pull or the zipper tape, and then the right side of my fabric, so it would be the other way. And we can't actually see the zipper. We are just we're just feeling right up against it. I can get this zipper foot right up against the coil, and then it will sew down, and I'll only be like a 32nd of an inch away from the zipper coil. So that's the beauty of the zipper foot, is I got rid of all that extra stuff there. It's allowing the zipper to be fat right here. However, we are doing this raw edge, right? So I'm gonna need more space here. I'm gonna want like a little extra edge, right? Yeah, exactly, Deborah. Exactly what you're saying. I don't. Oh yeah. I don't have it so close. I just have it right on the edge here, so I won't get it caught, I don't think. But I'm gonna need an extra edge here for this raw edge. So I'm gonna have quite a bit of exposed zipper tape, which is what I want ultimately here. But I might actually not use the zipper foot because I think that's gonna be misleading for me because of the raw edge applique. This is perfect if I was doing like a lining and the front, because when I folded it back so everything's perfect right side out, then the fold would have been right next to the zipper coil. But ours is a little different, so I almost want, oops, wrong button here. There we go. I almost want a little more edge here. So let's see. I'm glad we checked on that first. Let's see what this gets us. Maybe a little too much, but you know what? I think I'm gonna do the zipper attachment just because this is a little too wide now. I'm gonna do the zipper attachment, but I'm not gonna go right up against the coil. I need to leave that extra space. So instead of going right on the edge of the coil like you typically would, I'm gonna just eyeball. I can use like the edge of the foot up here. I'm gonna use that as my guide. So I will have, let's just bring the presser foot down. Okay, I have about a 1/4 inch, maybe a little shy. Let's do a little less. I probably want about a 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so I have a little more than 1/8 of an inch now. I think that's what I'm gonna shoot for. So I should do a 1/4. We're gonna go there. All right, I think that's about a 1/4 of an inch. So, all right, you guys, I think I have a plan now. Let's start at this edge here. So again, I gotta be looking at this edge instead of this edge. Get that right at the needle there. Okay. I'm gonna need my pins near me so I can put it back on. If you guys don't have one of these magnetic, they make other ones now too, but holy cow, these magnetic pin holders are like the best things ever. You can just throw your pins right at them. All right, here we go. So I'm probably still gonna have to nudge it along with my stiletto. All right, I'm gonna remove this first pin. All right, again, I'm going to about a 1/4 of an inch. Just about maybe right there. I'm gonna go one more. You know what, let's just back tack here. This will be used a lot here, might as well add a little extra to it. I'm gonna go one more. There we go. All right, rotating. Okay, that was good. So now we're in line with, the back of my foot is in line with the coil, the zipper coil. Again, normally this is not how you would use a zipper foot, but because I'm doing this raw edge applique, we're playing a little bit differently tonight. But I can still use the back of this foot as a guide. All right, so this is going okay. trying not to get the felt to stretch very much because I want it to end up in the same spot as the other side. If they're a little weird, then that's okay. Okay, soon we're gonna move the zipper pull. All right, I'm gonna do that right now. So this, well, let's get a little closer to my pin. Okay. So now I'm gonna move my zipper out of the way. Ugh, maybe I can get past there, guy. There we go. Kind of tuck this little bit in there. Ugh, I'm just happy that I'm reusing using up all this fabric. All right, so again, about 1/4 of an inch away, maybe right there. Oh, let's do a little back tack again. I don't know if that's really necessary, but why not? And down this side to the pin. All right, so that is the first side. I have another little idea on how to reinforce this later, so we'll do that too. But let's see how this went and keep going here. We gotta do that other side yet. And because I'm doing this raw edge with this felt, I don't have to press along the way either. Okay, let's flip around. Ooh, there's the back. I could use some black bottom thread, but meh. Okay. So now our first side is sewn in. That zipper tape is sewn in. I think it looks kind of nice on this side. Pretty cute. It looks like it's lined. Looking pretty chill so far. So far, the plan is working. Oh, Jennifer, I am attempting out of the rest of the more of my scraps to make a zippered sleeve for my computer, my laptop. And so far, it's going gangbusters here. It's going really, really well. So, okay, now let's flip it around. I have to do the same thing on the other side. So there is enough of a gap here that I can open and close this without getting the fabric stuck in it. This will continue to kind of poof up, as it's being used. This whole thing will soften up quite a bit. I don't need to pinking shears. I mean, I could use a pinking shears around the whole edge for fun, just so I have like a cute little edge, but it's not needed for sure because this is felt. So this will definitely hold up better than Eco Felt would. So Eco Felt, again, is that cheap, thin felt. It's usually made out of like plastic, recycled plastic, which is great, but it's more like kids felt. This is, and it's just thin. It would tear right away if I tried to make this with that felt. This is that blend, that wool blend of felt. So it's like, I don't know, 50, or I think it's actually even only like 20% wool and 80% something else. So it actually is a bit stronger. I mean, it'll definitely wear and tear over time, but not so horribly, I don't think. And the best probably would have been to like make this out of wool, like wool felt, but that's not cheap. And this is what I have around. I'm making this out of my scraps on purpose, so I think we're doing it just right here. All right, so I'm gonna go along this edge again. Wow, it looks like a totally different size. So it must have bunched up a little bit as we sewed, which is fine. It's gonna just end up being however it's gonna end up being. All right, so I'm gonna pin along the zipper again. my inside and my outside piece. Let's just use the same pins that I got here. I gotta remember that I got a pin on the floor sometime. Still, and do I see it? I know a pin fell somewhere, and I seriously don't have any shoes on, so I'm a little paranoid. And I'm gonna get just down in here so I can see here. Actually, you know what? That's a little bit in the way. Okay. Getting right up against that coil again. This is the hardest part, this zipper stuff, so I'm pretty stoked about how well it's going. And this is a little fun because it is this raw edge, so you'll get to see that always. You know, if I was doing this with quilting weight fabric, I would not do it this way. I would not have an exposed edge. I suppose that's a little bit better way of saying it. Instead of raw edge, it's an exposed edge. I would, and we'll make a pouch like that sometime, where you actually have a lining and all the edges are pretty and nice and perfect, not exposed like this. All right, get the last pin in here. Okay, and then I do want to measure that 1 1/4 inch. We'll get that little extra edging on here. Grab some pins. Okay. Oh, that's kind of a bent pin, but not too bad. Not compared to my other pins that I used to have. All right, I'm measuring from the inside of the coil again. 1 1/4 inch. Right there. 1 1/4 inch. Okay. So that's our start and stop. We're going to go around the edge like here. Okay, let's give it a go. Gonna do it the same way as last time. Oh gosh, you guys, it's already 9:20. I don't think this will actually take that much longer. There's only one extra step after this, really. Okay, I gotta get this a little higher. About right there. Ooh, I'm gonna get little snippets of thread all over the floor here. All right, to about 1/4 inch there, which is just enough to get this tape. So I am grabbing about 1/8 to 1/4 inch of this tape. So now I have all this bulk on this side, so it's going to be a little tricky. Ooh, I could have maybe gone in a little bit more on that side. Oh well. The coil is kind of jumping out a little bit. I'll have to keep my eye on that. All right, I'm going to zip this all the way up now. It's much easier to do when it's zipped. And now that I have enough sewn over here, ooh, that's fine. There, everything just is straighter and nicer. I am just helping it along a little bit with this hand, just pulling on it a little because it still does not want to slide all that well through here. The loosening the foot helps a ton, but it still needs a little helping. And remember, I can't make this bigger than 1/4 of an inch because then it won't fit. My computer won't fit. I'm gonna go one more stitch actually. Oh, you know what? I didn't do the little back tacking on the other end here. Oh well. Doing them on this side. All right, and then down to my pin. All right, and that's done. So that is the most difficult part right there. Oh, it is so coming together, you guys. Look, it's totally coming together. So one other thing, it might be kind of loose in the middle here because I didn't like quilt all this down, but felt kind of sticks to itself. So I'm just hoping that the white felt just sticks to the black felt. So here's the inside. There's that kind of lining. Little joggy jog in there. But there we go. So now all we have to do, maybe let's line up. Let's just flatten this out all nice first. And then all we have to do is fold this together. And again, since I'm doing raw edge, an exposed edge to this, because it's felt, because I can with felt, I do not have to turn it inside out. I'm going to just do the whole thing right side out. So all I have to do now is sew from my start there around 1/4 of an inch, and then it's done. That is it. So I just want to line everything up, especially at these points here. So I am just going to use pins around here. I'm not going to use the Wonder Clips. We can actually probably just do the pins this way, where you pin a little bit farther in, because then you can keep sewing. I don't do that often, but I don't know why. It's a good idea. I think sometimes I just want the pin closer so that the edges are just perfect. All right, so here's where I want. Well, let's pin up to that first. So this is where I'm going to need to help the machine move this along quite a bit, I think. All right, right here is where I want to start. I might do a little extra stitching here right at the end. Yeah, I might do a little zigzag right there. I don't want to prevent, I don't want to make the space smaller now. I don't know, we'll see. I could use the Wonder Clips here, but the Wonder Clips have been putting like little marks in here, and I don't know, I'm just going with the pins tonight. Right, that's the end point. Okay, so that's that. Now I should just be able to go around. So here's my instructions again. I thought I could do like a little zigzag here for some extra support first, you know, because we're going to have like this exposed edge right here, right? So there's probably going to be a lot of stress right on that point. So I thought maybe a zigzag back and forth would do the job. And then I thought I could even go around it with embroidery floss afterwards, because that would be kind of cool, I think. But yeah, all I'm doing is going down and around, and that's it. Then this guy is done. So this actually did not take long at all. I mean, we've been here for an hour, and I did I did cut everything beforehand, but still, for a whole bag, that is not too shabby. All right, I'm getting rid of the zipper foot, and you know, I have this foot, but that's not going to give me a lot of zigzag area. Let's see. We could try using this foot instead. So this is a zigzag foot. Yeah, let's give this one a try. Then we can do a bigger zigzag. I don't want it so big though that I'm, like I said, I'm blocking the space. You know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna go back to my 1/4 inch foot, and then I'm gonna just go forward and back. I'm not gonna do a zigzag. I'm gonna do it by going forward and back tacking and going forward and back tacking, just because I think I'm gonna have more. I don't know. I'm more confident in my skills in that versus my zigzag, because I don't want to zigzag too far into it either, because I have a limited amount of space to work with here. All right, I'm going to tuck under this top thread. About right there. Okay. So, like I said, I'm just going forward and back here for a couple stitches. Really kind of reinforce that with a little tack, basically. All right, and now it's just a 1/4 inch around. Just try and help it through. We are in that 4 layers of fabric now, too. Oh, and we get to see if math works. So if my accuracy, yes, a nice bar tack, exactly. So if my accuracy is perfect, and if math works, then this should be able to fit into my, I'm going to put just some back and forth bits down here too. It should be able to, my computer should be able to fit in here and have just enough space. Like it should have like a 1/4 inch on either side of it to kind of shimmy around or to get my fingers in there to pull it out. So that's the plan. The goal number 1 is that it just fits. It just needs to fit in there to start out with. And the neat thing is that you're going to see a little bit of the black lining exposed on the edge, and I think that's just kind of the fun of it. It's a little reveal of what's inside. All right, rotate that. And we might give this a press right at the end. I'm going to turn my iron on, actually, just to set the seams a little, and you know, if it got a little wobbly anywhere, then we can just make the seams look pretty. All right, we're just going up to my pin here. Oh yeah, and then we got to make that bar tack again. Instead of doing it with a zigzag, we're going back and forth and back and forth with the reverse. All right there. Let's go forward to the edge. Back it up, and do that a couple more times. And again, that's just kind of reinforcing that little point there. And I thought it would be kind of fun to just to go around it with some embroidery thread quick. All right, let's get up here. So let's take out these pins. And then we'll take a look at it here. Let me find all my other spare pins that are hiding. Find that one on the floor when we're done here. Okay, I gotta trim my little ends here too. A little funny on the back, but not too bad. All right, I want to show you this edge a little bit though, so you can see again what we did. So this sewn line here was when we did the zipper, but then here is where we made those back and forth tacks and then did all 4 layers together. So we do have a little opening here, but it is sewn shut. The black is sewn to the yellow. And then right here, we just put that extra little support of that back and forth stitching right there. So, okay. Well, I should make a cute little zipper pull for it too. So yeah, and then these little guys will just hang out like this. I can just grab onto them or something. This would have been fun to put a pocket in, but again, I just need something skinny that's going to work. Though I do kind of want to make a zipper pull now. But okay, there's the inside. Let's see if it worked. I really am nervous, you guys. And I do want to press it again really quick. So there is more space than I thought even really. I knew there was going to be more space on top and I allowed for that just so I could grab it and stuff. But yeah, it is just in there. That's great. So if I feel it, I do have about that 1/4 inch on each side, plus maybe a 1/16 of an inch, because remember I added an 1/8 of an inch just right at the end because I was scared about math. I probably didn't, well, I know I didn't need that. And I could have probably gotten rid of some of that ease, and this seam would have been right up against the computer. But you know what? I think this will be nice. I think it'll wear a little bit better, and I can get my hand in here, and I could actually stick some papers in here too. Oh, I like it. Let's zip it up. Oh, this is exactly what I needed. Okay. Oh, I thought about putting handles on too, that, it could be cute with some handles. But I decided against that at the last minute, just because, again, then that would be more bulk in my bag. This is just a sleeve to go in my other bag, and then the zipper for extra protection. I could walk around with it like this, which is great, but I didn't want that extra bulk of having to flip over the handles. So this raw edge here, I think that's going to add some extra padding in my bag, and I'm happy about that. So nice and simple. That did go super duper fast. I am totally loving it. I do want to just give it a little press because I think it makes it look extra snazzy. I do kind of want to do a zipper pull though. I don't quite know what I would do for that though. I'd have to, I almost ironed it right on here. That's not good. Let's fold this guy up again. Get my mat on here. I just want to hit the seams a little bit. It's looking a little wobbly. Not that I need to. I'm going to immediately put my computer in and put it in my bag, but whatever. Get one nice little bit out of it. Oh, I love it though. Those exposed seams are fun. So, and felt, man, I don't know really what else you could do that with besides felt. Felt has that ability that it's not going to fray. So there we go. And again, it has like that little hole there, which is totally fine. That's just a style. Another way to do zippers is where they all end up on the inside, and you sew up the edge all the way like that. So you'll get a zipper like that. But because we're doing raw edge, and actually the bag that this is going to go in has kind of this as a feature, so it looks like that as well. But all right, you guys, this totally worked. Cut a thin felt for the pull, so I'm worried that that is going to immediately break. This is not, oh, you know what I should have done? If I had like an extra little wire, I could make the hole bigger. You know what, let's just do a bunch of embroidery floss. We have some embroidery floss. Should I do this? We have this little bit of this left over. I could just tie it up like this, and we can make like a little tassel thing. Should we do that? Let's see if I can figure out how I would do that. So I would want to wrap it around a little bit. Gosh, I haven't done a tassel in a while. How much can I stuff through this hole here? That's the next question too. Again, I would probably do this onto a jump ring. I wonder if I have a jump ring in my go-to craft bin. No, I don't think I do. All right, a jump ring are those circle rings that you can open and close. That's what I would typically put on here first. Oh, I really want to do this though now. You know what? I'm going to get a needle out. Now we're getting crazy. Oh, that's 2 needles. This is a super weird way of doing this, but it will be nice to have something on here to grab. So I'm just going to go in and out of here a bunch of times. Let's see, do we have something to wrap it around? We're going to figure this out. How about a ruler here? How about this? All right, trying to figure out what I'm doing a little bit. Suppose I should get to the end of this. Again, we're being kind of wacky here. All right, I'm going to leave that long because I'm going to use that to sew the actual tassel part. I'm just going to go around and around this. Oh, thanks, Patty. Have a great evening. Yeah, we're going a little late again tonight, you guys, just because I want to get this done. And wow, did we go fast, though, on the sleeve? Again, I think that's because of the style. It's that raw edge, and I pre-cut everything. That's always handy. Okay, this tassel's going to be way too long, but I'm going to trim it down. Just filling this up. Yeah, again, if you guys are just coming in, I am not going to be here tomorrow or next week. So next week and tomorrow, I'll be gone. But I should be back Monday of the week after. Okay, one last little bit. All right, I'm going to let that be. I'm going to take this off. This is plenty for a cute tassel. So now I'm just gonna thread this other side. I'm gonna get lower so you guys can see a little bit easier. Okay, I'm gonna sit down again. Okay, so I have this little tassel started. Actually, I'm gonna take the needle off of it while I do this. Gosh, another thing I haven't done in ages. So I'm going to just wrap this thread around it a bunch of times. I'm actually going to start lower. Wow, it has been a while. And we are going to just wrap and wrap and wrap this. Oh, you've been gone too, Arlo. Oh, thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. It'll be nice to see everyone again. Definitely do not get out to Cali as much as we'd like. All right, see how I'm wrapping this though? It's maybe hard to see because it's the same color, but it is, I'm wrapping it from the bottom up, and then I will put the needle back on, and I'll bring the thread through all this coil, and that'll kind of lock it in place. And then we will trim it. All right, so I'm gonna do that right now. Let's thread this guy, and I'll tweak the coils because I let go. Ooh, hopefully this needle is thin enough. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so here's the last little coils, and then I'm going to just bring the needle down through all of that. There we go. And that kind of locks it in place. So now we have this like long, you guys can't really see, I don't think. There, we have this long coil. And now I can just trim this to whatever length I want. I could actually leave it looped like this, but I think that's kind of goofy. Let's get the big scissors out, the real scissors. And I think we'll just go, yeah, so you guys can see. I think I'm just gonna go right like this. There we go! Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. So if I had a comb here, I can actually brush this and it will turn all like silky and smooth and stuff. But for right now, I'm just gonna leave it in the form of the embroidery floss. But yeah, since it is 6-strand embroidery floss, if you take a cone, like a thin tooth comb, and keep brushing it, all of these threads will separate and you'll have like the prettiest, shiniest little tassel here. Okay, I am so happy I put that on. Look at how finished it looks with the tassel, you guys. And now I can just grab in my bag and open it and shut it. Oh, I love it! Okay, this makes me so happy. A nice, pretty project that is gonna get used immediately. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna flip you around and we will call it an evening. I'll show you what this looks like. All right, this was a win. So after last night, where I had all that trouble with the sewing machine, this was totally a win. So here we go. This is how big it is. No frills, no pockets, no nothing. But it's 2 layers of felt. So we got the black inside, and that will hide the computer. No one will be able to see it in there. And this cute raw edge. So we have a little bit of that black exposed here, right? Because that's from the raw edge. That is just a fun detail. It's like a little border on it even, right? That's cute. And then that little finishing touch of the tassel, I think, did the job. And yeah, again, this is all from the Spooky Clocktower, the Spooky Clocktower leftovers. Oh, I'm feeling good about that. You know what? We could even add, if I wanted to, like, it would be fun to stitch like a nice big word on here, like in cursive or something. That we could still do, even with it all together like this. Just because felt's just easy to stitch through, and we can even go through just the top layer probably even as well. So I mean, maybe later we'll add something, but again, it's just another thing that could get snagged on something in my bag. This is literally so utilitarian for going in my larger bag that is going to be stuffed to the brim anyway. So awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight here. I'm really happy with how this went. I want to make like a pile more of them. I only need one. But yeah, this went well. So awesome. I will get this up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies if you wanted to make one of these as well. It went smooth. Not difficult at all. And I did go through, here's my little instructions to myself. I did kind of go through how I took measurements as well. If you wanted to look back on that, if you had like a thicker computer or you weren't sure, how to measure that, I do go through that a little bit. And yes, congrats, Tracy. Tracy won our the little coasters that we made last night out of the scraps as well. So thank you, everyone. Have a good evening, and I will see you Monday, the week after, next week. See ya.